1-1, point away from home. Are you happy though, or?
No, I am happy, yeah, because I think the way that we played, I wasn't particularly pleased with that. So, and this is a real difficult place to come. Obviously, they've been in good form, so I think you've got to know when you've got to just accept a point and move on. So, yeah, take the point today.
I know you've been looking for that clean sheet and it hasn't come, but I guess when you take a point in a difficult place, it doesn't matter that much, does it?
Well, I've just said to the players there, you know, we've got to get to a point where when we go in front, we win games, and that's probably my frustration today. Cause it's a poor goal, it's obviously an error. We should be conceding goals like that with the centre halves we've got. You know, we've got 3 of the best centre halves in the league. It's right down the throat of us, and between the 3 of them, they've got to deal with that, and they know that, and that's probably the most frustrating thing. But I think on balance of play over 90 minutes, you'd probably feel aggrieved if you were Peterborough if you'd have lost that game, because I thought they were better than us in the first half with the ball more than anything, because I felt we were very wasteful with the ball. But I felt in the second half we grew into it, we were better with the ball ourselves, probably had a bit more territory, hit the bar at 1-0 off a corner, and then obviously make the error and draw the game 1-1. So frustrating, but I think balance of play, points probably fair today.
And I think we probably asked this more than we ought to, but you know, 6 games in and you've now got 3 games unbeaten. Do you still think that was another forward step, or have you stalled, or what? You know,
no, I think
performance-wise, probably more than.
Yeah, probably performance-wise, I'd say we had probably individuals a little bit off it today. I think that's fair to say, but probably the pleasing thing is we still found a way to get a result, and this is a very difficult place to come. Generally, games here are very, very tight, closely contested. So, you know, I said to the lads, you know, probably 5-6 weeks ago, it's maybe a game that they lose, and to be fair, they probably, you know, agreed with that. So I think we showed a bit of resilience in that first half when we weren't at our best to come in at half time leading. We needed to be better in the second half with the ball, and I felt we were, and it's just unfortunate that we've obviously, you know, made an error and it's cost us the goal. But you know, look, it's still part of us, you know, building and improving. It's another game unbeaten, it's another game we've put something on the board, and obviously we've just got to take that into Tuesday night now and strive to be better and try and get another good result.
A good start for you, 11 minutes I think it was, and Baz put it in, no doubts about the penalty, the foul rather on Stevens for the penalty.
Yeah, and it's just, you know, set play again. You know, it's good delivery. We've kept the ball alive, landed on second balls, and obviously won the penalty. And pleased for Bart to obviously step up and score again, which is good for him and his confidence. Probably a frustrating day today for probably him and Ben up there. They worked hard and they got very, very few opportunities really, but you know, pleased for him. But we've got to, when we get in front in games, we've got to see it out. That's obviously today and live where we took the lead, and just disappointed with the goals we've conceded really, because you look at it, it's 4 points extra and it's important. So, but we'll get there.
Is that a mental thing that you have to instill in the players, that once they've gone ahead, you've got to manage that out, or don't fear for anything?
I think probably a combination of many things: confidence, belief, resilience. But like today, I mean, the goal, they didn't really create anything else in the second half that I can remember. I know they got in towards the end. They worked it well, to be fair, and I think JC got across, got a block on, and we ended up getting a goal kick. Outside of that, they didn't really trouble us too much in the second half, whereas first half they got into our final third too many times, put too many balls in the box, and we dealt with it. It's just frustrating that the nature of their goals come from an error today. But look, you know, everybody's human. We all make mistakes, and it is what it is. But we've got to get to a stage where we take the lead and we get 3 points. But that said, I think with us maybe being a little bit off it today, and this being a difficult place to come against the team who's, you know, in decent form, I don't think we should be too dissatisfied with the point.
I think a few weeks ago maybe people would have said, yeah, we'll be more than happy with a 1-1, but you know, obviously you're now looking beyond that, aren't you?
We've got to go into every game for 3 points, whether it's here or at home. the opposition's irrelevant. You know, we want to and we have to win games of football, but you know, there are 24 clubs saying that. So you know, it's I think on the road, if you can nick points, and probably the most pleasing thing is that we've not been quite at it, and we've come away with something. I think, you know, having watched a lot of games earlier on in the season, that's probably a game we would have lost, and credit has to go to the players for that, because they've showed a resilience and a grittiness at times in the game since Sam and I have come in, and that's got us points. And I think it's that four results out of 6 games, so we're doing okay, and we will keep on improving. But today was probably just not the best, but we've got a point, and you've just got to take what you can and move on.
You mentioned about the creativity. I mean, there weren't many real good chances for either side of that.
No.
You know, it was low on numbers there. I don't want to mention somebody who's injured, but are you missing Josh? Are you missing that little bit of spark in the middle there?
I think any team would miss, you know, a player of Josh's ability, but you know, you can't make excuses, and you can't feel sorry for yourselves. We've got to, you know, find a way of getting results without, you know, Josh, Punch, Tommy Hughes, you know, who are all good players, but they're unavailable. We've got to, you know, get results with the players that we have available, and we've managed to do that, you know. So, of course, you know, we know that when the likes of JB and Punch come back, Tommy will be stronger, but we've got to get results now, and we are doing so. We've just got to, you know, try and be better on Tuesday.
Are you able to put any time frame on Tommy and Punch? I know Josh is obviously a little bit more obvious.
They're all getting closer. I don't want to put, you know, too much kind of pressure on them, although we do need them back on the pitch. I think they're both at a stage where they're running and they're doing well. Obviously, we need to get them back into full training and then give them a little bit of time to step it up. So I'd like to think that within, you know, the coming weeks, certainly by the end of this month, that we have at least one of them back, because we need them back. You know, they're good players, but they're no good to anyone if they're injured all the time. So, you know, and that's, you know, something that we need to address going forward. You know, if we can't, you're only as good as the players you have on the pitch. There's no point having 3, 4, 5 really good players on paper sat in the stands, you know, every other month. That's no good to any manager. So they're working hard. They've got to keep working hard, but they've also got to have a desire to get back on the pitch and help the teammates. Hopefully we'll see them before the end of the month.
And just mention Paul Jones. There was a great save from him. The first half, wasn't it? Yeah, a really good save from him. I mean, you've got Tommy, the other keeper, who's injured. It's nice to be able to have him in there.
Yeah, John has been superb since we come in. You know, he's obviously a very experienced guy. Has natural respect from his peers, and he's just steady and solid and reliable. Doesn't get flustered in like big games in front of crowds, and his hands are safe and secure. So no, he's done great. He obviously pulled off a really big save in the first half, and yeah, you know, Tommy obviously he's having issues, but he's another one. You know, I think as a club, certainly since I came in, we couldn't have done any more to support Tommy. Dixon Hodge in trying to get to the bottom of his problem. It should have been done it should have been done as soon as he got the injury, to be honest. You know, if you get a player with an injury, you've got to find out what's wrong, and then you've got to find out quickly how to get him right. And I think we've probably lost many weeks by not doing that at the start. But fair play to the chairman and the club, is we couldn't have done any more. You know, we've had to invest quite a bit of money in getting, you know, a couple of scans, seeing specialists, having an injection last Monday, and on Monday morning he better be back in working hard and trying to get back in this team, because he's another one. You know, we can't have players sat on, you know, long-term contracts and not showing a burning desire to get back on the pitch. You know, they're paid to play. They're not paid to just sit on spin bikes every week.
Billy Jones, he played him very advanced. Was that always the plan when you brought him on? really pushed on today, didn't he?
Yeah, he does. That's just the kind of type of player that he is. He's aggressive when he gets the ball. He's got great pace and he backs himself. I think he's probably got to learn that in like senior football, more experienced players will read what you try to do, and he's got to add a little bit of variety to his game. But that's why he's here to learn and develop. But I liked his positivity. As soon as he got the ball, he wanted to go forward, and I think naturally for any player trying to go forward all the time, there's going to be times where they lose the ball, because you're not going to get by your opponent every time. And certainly if he was, he wouldn't be here, would he? He'd be playing a lot higher up. So yeah, obviously Cliffy came off, felt his hamstring a little bit. So we'll have to see how that settles down. But no, I thought Billy came on and injected a little bit of pace down that side, got us up the pitch a little bit. Just decision making at times, not just by him, but probably by individuals of actually when to stay on the ball and when to put the ball in the box. He probably needs to be better, but we'll get better as we keep working with him.
You touched on it's a difficult place to come. Very tight pitch here.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same again Tuesday night, isn't it? What are you expecting from Rushall?
Probably more of the same, to be fair. Tough place. I haven't been to Rushall for quite a few years, and obviously now they've put artificial down, which I'm not a big fan of. But it's going to be a different type of game. But yeah, just another tough fixture. Played them earlier on in the season with Kers and Ashton, and they give us a really tough game. They're a side who've obviously been promoted. Naturally, like any promoted side, they come into the season with momentum. But we're now, I don't know how many games into the league, but probably people aren't maybe underestimating them like they may have done earlier on in the season. So it's going to be tough. I think they've lost today, so they'll obviously want to bounce back on Tuesday, no doubt. But obviously so will we. So it's going to be tough. We've just got to rest and recover now and be ready to go.
Does that change, with it being an artificial surface, does that change your thought process in terms of personnel? Not that you've got the luxury of having a 25-man squad, but
yeah, well, we do. We have a lot of players, but not 25 that are right for this level of football at this moment in time. So we are a little bit light on bodies at the moment. But no, I think it's about the lads recovering and obviously coming in Monday, seeing where everybody's at in terms of the fitness. It's always tough playing Saturday, Tuesday, but that's the nature of this league, and everybody's got to make sure that they're ready to go.
Okay. Thank you very much.
thank you.
Okay.
Journey.
Thanks a lot.